tres.
Hello, my name is Carlos Barrera, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about mobile as the core of modern retail. So for quite a few years now, we have seen how brick-and-mortar retailers are struggling to compete with online stores. But mobile is the answer to this struggle, and it's going to be the vehicle that is going to shrink the gap in between online and offline sales. So looking at this graph, we can see how e-commerce sales are scheduled to double from 2015 to 2020, all the way up to almost 700 billion. This is a pretty aggressive growth, which is mainly driven by mobile commerce. So let's take a look at what mobile commerce is. M-commerce refers to the sales of goods and services using the internet via mobile devices, regardless of the method of payment or fulfillment. So how did M-commerce come into place? Back in 2011, about 35% of the US population owned a cell phone. This number quickly rose to 69% by 2015, so it almost doubled, and there is no surprise there that also by 2015, M-commerce sales doubled to 40 billion from 20 billion the year before. So how does it all happen? Well, there were a couple of key factors that helped with this 2015 growth. First of all, the increase of affordable smartphones. Second of all, Google AMP, which stands for Accelerated Mobile Pages. This was a change to the Google algorithms that allowed retailers to optimize their websites and make it mobile. So there was no need to pinch in or pinch out whenever a consumer was loading a website. The site did it on its own, and it became mobile without anything that needed to be done by the consumer. By September of 2015, roughly 62% of the retail websites have been optimized, and this reflects a pretty good acceptance rate and early adoption because of the importance from the consumer point of view. So 2015 really marks a milestone for M-commerce, not only because of the record-setting revenue that it generated, but because for the first time, really, customers were very forthcoming and were telling retailers, we are here to buy from mobile. We have different e-commerce directors and vice presidents telling us that they were seeing a lot of customers placing orders right from their mobile devices. So when we look at the trend that had happened up to 2015, 2016, and what is there to come for M-commerce, we see a pretty good outlook, and we see a lot of growth. So looking particularly at 2017, 2017 will be the year where smartphones will, for the first time, become more than 50% of the M-commerce sales. So this means that by the end of this year, consumers will be placing a lot more orders or purchasing more devices right from their smartphone rather than from the tablet. So what does this mean for the future? Well, it means that by 2020, M-commerce is projected to reach 48.5% of US e-commerce sales. That's a very, very large number, especially when you look at the factor that is going to be responsible for driving this big change, which is the smartphone. 77.9% of all the M-commerce transactions by 2020 will be placed from a smartphone. So we just now saw that 2017 is going to be roughly over 50%. By 2020, it's going to grow to 77.9%. And how is this going to play into the volume of the US population? Well, easily. By 2020, 83% of the US population is expected to own a smartphone. What this means is that the more smartphones there are on the marketplace, the more purchases are to be made, or the more transactions are to be placed through mobile devices. So there is a correlation here that we have seen throughout this trend. More phones mean more mobile commerce transactions, but also means that people are spending more and more time on their smartphones. So everything points out to the ongoing growth of m-commerce. So how are brick and mortar retailers embracing the change and taking advantage of this growth? Well, the first thing they did is they improved the mobile applications for their smartphones. They have turned away from improving tablets because there is very little growth there. All the growth is going to be on the smartphone platform. So they are looking to streamline the mobile shopping experience, making it easier for the customer to come and purchase anything they want, when they want it, how they want it, and get it cheap when they want it, within 2-day, 3-day period, whatever the customer desires. Customers are also moving away from computers slowly. So again, they realize that the customer doesn't really want to buy again from desktops. They're putting all their focus into the smartphone to drive the traffic from there. So mobile application traffic will continue increasing, and the increase of it is going to come right from the application. And improved applications are going to yield more sales, are going to yield more revenue. Secure mobile wallets, it's basically embedded wallets that come into the smartphone nowadays. We have Apple Pay, we have Google Pay, we have PayPal. Customers are still early adopters on this. They are going very slow into this process, but little by little we will continue to see more and more people leaving their credit card information on the devices or on their cards. That way the streamline of the shopping experience is going to go from 3 to 10 clicks down to 1 or 2 at the most. But more importantly, we have the change in inventory system and fulfillment options. So what this does really, this is a true game changer, because now customers are able to place an order right from the device and they can pick it up at the store, or they can choose to be sent to their homes. So for the very first time, brick and mortar retailers have combined their online store and the offline store, and they are treated as once. And this is a true game changer going forward. So what are some of the takeaways that we have from this? Obviously, the high demand for affordable smartphones will continue to rise, and it will continue to bring a lot more devices into the populations, with which more mobile transactions. Customers want to continue, they want to improve the shopping experience, and they want to control it. And they can only do so by improved apps. So developers and retailers will continue to streamline those applications to make it easier for the customer to bring that loyalty. People are becoming more and more dependent with their smartphones. So for as long as people maintain this attachment, or this growing attachment, I should say, to the smartphone, we're going to see a change in how people behave, interact, listen to music, watch TV, purchase items. The more they use their phones, the more dependent they become into it, the more e-commerce transactions and mobile transactions are going to be taking place on the device. So all these takeaways point out to the obvious, which is an ongoing growth on m-commerce, and how it is going to continue solidifies itself as the core of modern retail. By taking advantage of all these changes, brick and mortar stores are finally going to be able to bridge that gap in between online sales and offline sales. Now I'll open it up for any questions if there are any. Thank you.